Well, hello. How's it going, everybody? Well, last video I was saying I was having an issue getting my crank out of the bottom bracket out of my frame here, and turns out I was watching a YouTube video where buddy put a bolt down here right into this part right here, and I couldn't figure out, I didn't know what size of bolt it was, so I kind of just went on Amazon and I ordered this. It wasn't very much. It was like it's a specialized mountain bike tool, and for that reason, and wife figured it was too small of a package, so she got me to order another one of these, which I actually needed because of the old one was done. I got it in, but I couldn't get that pedal out, so I had it cut off the bottom crank. And it seems to be an ongoing process with this. Reason being is I don't really think a lot of people take the cranks out to service them. That's kind of bothersome. Like, you spend so much money on your mountain bike and you can't even take the time, you can't even service it properly or even have it serviced. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But again, if you're having problems with your crank, and I got an extra one of these. Hello, Bear. Hey, what are you doing? Get. So yeah, so basically what this tool is it threads into the crank piece here. Like here, where when you pull your crank set off, you're gonna pull off a bolt. Now that bolt will be too short, but I went to the bike shops today, and they weren't sure if it was a M6 or an M8. One of the shops actually gave me a bolt just as a reference, and I think I'm gonna keep it. But whatever the case is, this is what you're gonna need. Again, I tried everything because what was happening is I was putting this tool on, and it's the proper tool, as you can see. Well, my old one, but I just got this with a kit, so I'm like, may as well just use it. So anyway, when I was trying to originally take the bottom bracket out, I wasn't able to keep it on, and I didn't want to strip this right here, because if this part here is damaged or if it's stripped, you're gonna have one heck of a time trying to get your bottom bracket out. And as you can see, this one's all janky, it's all rusted. Yeah, so if you're doing like even if you leave your bike outside in the, say, winter, or or when it's raining, it's gonna get water in the bottom bracket here. And as you can see, I got a bunch of work I gotta do, but at the same time, I'm gonna keep this bracket and I'm gonna re-thread it in just enough to cover the threads, and so I can tape it up and I won't get any paint on the threads. But anyway, yeah, so needless to say, this is what you're gonna need. And again, it took me like a minute, and that's with installing this. Put it in, and as far as it'll go, and then you just tighten this down just enough to hold it. Now, you don't want to put pressure on this, otherwise you're likely to damage this, to damage that. So just put it finger tight, and that's it. And then I used 10-inch crescent wrench. So, and then yeah, I'm kind of, yeah, I love my wife. If I need a tool, she doesn't argue. Especially if it's part of my hobbies. And again, like, I could have taken this down to a bike repair shop, but everyone I spoke with, they are so backlogged. Closest one I could get in was 3 weeks, and that's from them building their bikes and customers drops off and stuff like that. But another thing about bike tools is not all are created equal. And again, I'm just gonna go in back here. And oh no. Oh yeah. I'm gonna have to, I hope I didn't damage these. So yeah, so as you can see, I'm not really much into, oh yeah. So this was the original kit my wife got me last summer. So it doesn't always have to be bike specific. Like most of these tools you will have if you are into any form of mechanics. Yeah. Bottom bracket. Replace this, and then I want to put, yeah. So basically, this is the exact same thing as what I already have. But again, it's always good to have extra tools just in case you break one. And again, I lost the Allen keys, but I play with tools all the time, so it's not a big deal. I just buy those in bits. Yeah, so I think this one was like around $200 for this kit. And yeah, Torx, you're better off, like, I stripped these out when the Torx are kind of garbage. Again, they're not the greatest of quality. And again, if you have a toolkit, you'll probably have some Torx in there as well. And then off this build here, when I was tearing it down, the chain was all janky, it's all rusted out. And so I already broke the chain breaker or whatever it's called. I already broke that. So I got to order another one. But again, you know, you live and learn. And this is where you start, like, you can pick up a brand new toolkit, and then chances are within like the first couple of builds, you're gonna either lose tools or you're gonna break tools. So, you know, start off with a cheap toolkit and just go from there. Like, I think the first thing I bought was a crank remover tool, and I broke that. I stripped that all out. Same thing for these tapered, these here, they're garbage. I'm not even kidding you. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get but yeah, like, I wouldn't even bother trying to service this. All I need is that right there. And yeah, so yeah, it's like highly, it's like, whoa. Oh, well, turns out this screw here was what damaged that. So yeah, but again, I finally got the crank off. Now I just need to pick up a heat gun and get all this off, and then sand this down. And this is actually a sticker that they put on before, like when they paint the bikes, they put these on, and then after these go on, then they put a gloss coat over top. So that's why these stickers aren't, well, they're stickers, but again, they did it in two separate things here. So yeah, so that was and the tools showed up a day early. I was looking forward to getting them tomorrow, which is Friday, and today is Thursday. So I had a good feeling they were going to show up early, and thank God they did, because this was really bugging me. And then of course I gotta change these out. So I got a little bit of work ahead of me. But the main part is breaking it down to the frame so I can sand her down and repaint it, because this pistachio color just is not me. I don't really like this color. And again, it's just got to be redone. It's like it's been used. This is where the lock was. The previous owner, he just kind of just put a lock. This is where he'd always lock his bike up. I asked him about that, and he's like, well, it's where the lock was. And as you can see, it wore through the paint here. So that's another thing you guys need to worry about, is if you get the proper lock and lock up your bike properly, otherwise you're gonna end up scratching it like this, and your bike will look like junk, much like this does right now. All right, take care.